Welcome boys and girls, Costin here with Thanquol's final quest battle in Total War Warhammer 3, Lords of End Times for Immortal Empires. We have quite an army over here, and we are going to be fighting quite a few people, because everyone wants to stop the Skaven. So what we have here are Plague Monks, weird that he has those recruited, Storm Vermin with Halberds, Deathglow Bombardiers, a Hellpit Abomination, Storm Fiends with Gatling guns or rattling guns, Plague Claws, and Warp Lightning Cannons. So out of the new units for the Skaven, these two are the only ones that we get to show off right now. And I'll just start this specific. And yes, it is a survival battle.
A stalk upon the Warp Moon, you dismal rat filth, leers at its demise. The Great Horned One has drawn it close, making plain his favor for Thanquol. The very council will grovel before my genius, for I was the one to see their weapon engine finished atop a corpse mound of rivals and pawns. Too late now. The surface dwellers scramble to deny my triumph. Keep them away from my engine, you pathetic flea dregs. No one shall keep me from gnawing on the Warp Moon's carcass. Come, fool meat. Flock closer together. Make an easier target for the hail of fiery doom.
And of course there is a bell on it, because of course there would be a bell. So let's take a look at the new stuff that is available for Thanquol before we deploy our army here properly. So we have him right here available on a Bone Ripper mount. That's like, well, I'm gonna call it a Terminator or a super duper rat ogre in a lot of ways. So what he has in terms of stats, he's got 70 armor, magical attacks, flaming attacks in ranged, as well as armor piercing and reducing leadership. Then he has armor piercing in melee and a whole bunch of spells. So Cleansing Ruin, for instance. So he has both schools of magic that are available for the Skaven, or the two principal ones for Gracier. So he's like a super duper Gracier. Then he also has the ability of summoning Storm Vermin in combat, and his innate ability is Warpstone Addiction. So he starts with this on level 1. Yes, I have been able to figure that out. Then we have Screech of Vermin King as your legendary hero. 55 armor, discouraged, poison, magical attacks, armor piercing damage, anti-large damage, a fairly hefty amount of charge bonus for basically a single entity. Warp Step, so he can teleport and do damage to enemies. He can also summon Storm Vermin. Is that an item that he gets, an ability he gets inherently, or is it an item you can acquire as the game? I'm not sure. Then he has a bunch of different abilities right here, like, for instance, Crack's Call, Plague, Vermintide, so you can summon clan rats, all kinds of different benefits in combat. Then we take a look at the Storm Fiends. So with two variants that are available right here in this battle. So we get Storm Fiends with Doomflayer Gauntlets, armor piercing bonus versus infantry, frenzy capability in combat, and Molder Monster. So I'm really curious about how this is going to be affected by, like, how Clan Molder is going to be affected by this. Like, will Clan Molder, you know, get the ability of just recruiting it, these guys through their unique campaign mechanic? Because really they should. Then we have rattling cannons on Storm Fiends. Yes, there is even one on the Chest plate, though I think that one doesn't work. So dual wielding rallying cannons. This and on top of that, because they're taller than regular units of the Skaven, they can fire over them. This is a ridiculously powerful gunpowder unit. So they're pretty strong in melee as well. Though the Doomflayer gauntlets are going to be better, I believe, in a pure melee situation. Though these guys are no joke either. Again, the Doomflayer gauntlets, like, they're better, they do more damage, but these guys can definitely hold their own as well. They have armor-piercing missile strength as well as the suppressed ability, so they're quite devastating in a combat scenario that you're dealing with in a battle. So yeah, rattling cannons, storm fiends, it's just like kind of the ridiculous combination of units right here. So what we're going to do right here, we're going to deploy these guys. And also, one of the things I would like to point out is because we have because we have these entities, you can put them, like with rat ogres, you can do the same thing, of course, but you can put them in the middle of a unit and the rattling cannons can still fire. I think I am going to position these guys in the center line so they can hold that right there. Bombardiers. Like bombardiers, maybe one unit to support the center, another one on the flank. And yeah, just spread my guys apart, put Thanquol and Screech on another flank, leave some Plague Monks to hold the victory point, because obviously if we lose that, we lose the battle. Like, obviously, so. Storm Fiends and Storm Vermin. There's a lot of Storm in Skaven names, I know, ridiculous stuff. And I guess that would be it. Let's just start to do it with this show. So this, as I said, this is survival battle, so we can call in reinforcements. One of the things that's missing is the warp doom cannon, or whatever it's called. That is very strong as its own unit, and I would probably say that, like, you have two versions of the Bone Reaper as a mount option, by the way, in case you're wondering on that subject. We're going to call in some units over here to deal with the enemy flyers, because they're probably just going to go on our... the dragon in particular is going to try and go for our stuff, and we definitely do not want that to happen. And let's go kill some dwarven fools with Thanquol, because like he definitely has that capability. Start doing spells right here. Also, just having an item ability that can summon storm vermin is like, or maybe it's an innate ability, I'm not sure. Because we don't have access to skirmish, we only have access to... That is quite strong. Let's get more storm vermin. Would be nicer if they were with halberds, but I guess you make do with what you got. Okay, let's try and deal with that situation. We advance, gents. Oh, and also the Empire is coming in on this flank, so let's just charge in. Also, we can hit them in the side with some rat ogres. Though the enemy does also have significant reinforcements of their own, we can get... Alright, get those rat ogres into position. Oh, we can't afford to lose Thanquol, I'm afraid. as much as that would be a benefit to the entirety of
Mightiest mage!
everyone, basically.
Quick, quick! Dominating!
Let's form our guys right there as best as we can and pull him back before he dies. They're strong. They're not quite capable of dealing with an entire dwarf army on very hard because, you know, stats modifier and all that stuff. That is a steam tank. We can also heal him, so it's not really a problem that he took so much damage because we do have that supply system.
Plague monks! For the Vermintide! Walk lightning cannon! Done! Die! Die! Ready! Ready!
All right, halfway charged.
Stand hold your ground, or the Horned One will feast on your manor!
Greatest vermin lord!
And of course, let's do a bit of a Skaven favorite. We can also buff his damage and survivability. Thankfully, they don't have artillery, though we also don't really have artillery in a great position. I wonder what settlement this is, though. Is it Morheim? Like, I would imagine it's probably Morheim, really, if anything.
Poisoned with water!
Yes.
Bombardiers! Such power beneath my paws!
Heal him again.
Plague monks!
It's kind of a shame there's no Gotrek and Felix, I gotta say. They're quite effective at using the ammunition. I think the one question that is going to exist in all of this is like, okay, how can I get 100 of these? Asks Kakla in the gentlest tone possible. I suppose that would be a thing. Right, so we got some spearmen right there. Most of the enemy army has been destroyed. Let's give these guys some ammunition.
Mightiest and most cunning! Hasten, hurry! Agents of the council!
They're rather fast. One shouldn't underestimate them. Okay, so enemy reinforcements are starting to arrive right there.
Who shall I blast? Stomp and kill!
Submission through terror!
Yeah, there's the entire enemy army is recovering right there. So let's pull back these guys.
This way! RhadigarTV! Dominating!
Move the Giselles forward to keep the artillery in the back.
Ready now! Guide us, Horned One! Now move!
Reposition right here. Thank you very much.
Poisoned wind mortar! The engine is nearing full capacity, yes, yes! Soon, all the Warpstone will be mine!
Of course, it's always gonna be all the Warpstone will be mine. Let's deploy more reinforcements, though.
No! No! How could it be that the scaling pests are here? Such terrible droves! They breed nest half a world away! And why did my engine stop charging? The Toad Priest is tampering with it. Somehow. Kill him! Kill him!
I would have expected Gotrek and Felix to show up. Just saying, missed opportunity, Grave Assembly.
Poisoned Windwater.
No hiding from Thanquol. Horns, point the way. Charge!
That is quite the lizard army.
Our tail's yours.
We charge.
Move. For the Vermintide, trample under paw!
I surge. Silent and swift.
Go kill him.
Rip and tear.
Back underground! Taste greasier power!
Taste of my wrath. Doom and decay.
Stop up, go! Or bombardiers!
Not a problem.
Ruin and decay.
He can become unbreakable and reduce enemy leadership by 16 too. Victory.
Or bombardiers! But what orders? Retreat! Retreat! What not Jesuits? Steady, Bone Ripper!
Open their bellies.
Worked! It worked! Assisi! Just as I planned it! Yes, yes! Let all know that torrent of war doom marks the reign of grave Sir Thanquol!
Only a Skaven would see victory in destroying the world. That's all I'm gonna say. So, in terms of post-battle damage, yeah, obviously these guys did quite a bit of damage. The rallying cannons did also a fair amount of damage. Though one shouldn't underestimate the poison wind mortars, even though that position was not really the best, of course, for artillery and those kind of range units. Regular field battle might have been better, but yeah, Screech is like a machine. 33k damage. The kills themselves, not necessarily that big, but he did kill a bunch of elite stuff too. Yeah, that was pretty fun. And that's the final battle of Thanquol's campaign, by the way, because it says the final battle of the Long Night Triumph. Alright, that was fun. Again, should have had Gotrek and Felix in that, but I suppose Thanquol is not relevant enough for them to deal with him. Just saying. Stay tuned.